What's going on, guys? Welcome to round two of the video. See, I didn't really expect myself to do another part to this, but I was getting so many different questions and things that it just made, I don't know, the content flow simpler. I had some questions and I wanted to go on back on camera and ramble a little bit more. Back at the cigar lounge, I'm at Cigars International for all those that live in Tampa, right up in Wesley Chapel. I got like triple I got like triple chaos over here. I gotta show you. So I have tonight smoking La Herencia Cubana Dorado. Of course, you know what I got. My Michelob Ultra, my Pellegrino sparkling water, and of course, my smoothie. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is I'm prepared for whatever comes. Okay. Like I said last time, expect interruptions. I don't know what it is. I'm always getting interrupted. Just now, even right over here. Uh, Thank you, Samantha. Of course I am. Come. Uh, I mean, the video is live too, so we're live right now. I was just talking about how I always get interrupted, and then you popped up. I'm gonna go do some glam. You do some glam and come back. What did I say, guys? What did I say? But one of the main topics that I was actually getting asked about was detachment. How do I stay detached? How do I move detached? How do I remove my need for the outcome to be what I want it to be? That's something that's very hard to do. All our lives, we had this belief system of how we were raised on we want life to go a particular way, but life doesn't work like that. And honestly, I wrote down a list. I wrote down a list of things I kind of want to touch base on. I don't know if you can see that okay. Things I wanted to touch base on and kind of give my perspective on things. Like I said, I'm not no relationship guru. I mean, maybe eventually. Okay, not to hype myself up. Maybe eventually I will be, but right now, I speak from my experience, what I observe. I sit here, I see a lot of people come and go. I see the bar sitting, I see the work sitting, the work wife, work husband, whatever you want it to be. I probably observed, and I like to study things. I like to study psychology, but I'm not licensed in any matter in any means of like therapist, nothing like that. I'm just a 24-year-old guy speaking my own truth. So let me start off what detachment actually is, because everyone has that fear that detachment means that you just don't care about anything. You couldn't be further from the truth. You couldn't be further from the truth. Detachment is caring, but not letting it, not coming from a reactive state, I should say. What do I mean by that? Because I know that sounds a little confusing. Detachment is more so life happens, crap happens, shit happens, but it's not clinging onto it, it's letting it flow through. Some people will sit at a red light for 3 minutes, and that can be the reason their whole day is ruined. Some people can hear no when asking for a promotion, when asking for a girl's number, and let that be a reflection of oneself. But it's not like that. Life's beauty is opening yourself up to those experiences, opening yourself up to hearing no, to seeing things not go your way. But you don't cling on to that. If you ask me, Mauricio, what were you feeling on October 12th, 2025? No idea. I have no idea because life continues moving forward. So detachment is not caring about things. Detachment is caring about things, but not letting it control you. If you let things control you, then every emotion, every single bad thing that happens in your life is what's gonna control your next move. That's bad. I know You're more special than that. I would never see you wrong. You're more special than that. And the things that you have is what a partner would value. It's what maybe your roster values or whatever it is, whatever kind of relationship, whatever kind of dynamic that you have, even the world is what the world values. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of correct that attachment aspect because a lot of people were saying, no, it means you don't care. That's fake detachment, but we'll get into that next time. Um, let's see what we got next year. And right now, I'm just going to take a little cigar break, but make sure whatever platform you're on, like, comment, subscribe, follow. I don't know where this is going. I just wanted to come back on here and ramble a little bit more. This next point, I touched base on this last time, but I want to really emphasize this now. Last time I said everybody lives and through their own eyes, their own mind, their own heart. We all have a journey. From the very moment you were born all the way to this moment, you watching this video, it has been your journey. And lots of things have happened. You know, there's ups and downs. I like to call them peaks and valleys. If you ever read Spencer Johnson, you know exactly what I'm referring to. But you have your ups and downs. You have your journey. You have things that maybe you wish you would have done differently. You also have things that you're very proud of because you put in the work to get those things. But everyone lives in their own reality. So, say I'm dating one of you guys that are watching this. I can't go and try and change who you are. I can give you suggestions. I can give you um, a new code to live by, but there's no part of me that can change who you are. You're going to be what you're going to be. You have environments affecting you. You have your friends affecting you. You have your belief systems affecting you. Just a small fraction. You know, I consider myself influential. Okay, not to brag, I consider myself influential. I don't have that much influence. I can't go and if you're a party girl, make you a housewife in one day. I can't do that. I'm not like that. I can't do that. So when you realize people live in their own reality, okay, sometimes when other people do things, that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of them. You see, I can't hate on you for doing what you thought was best at the time. Say I'm talking to you, and then you find a better other guy is better suited for you. There's nothing that I can do that's going to change your perception that I can, you know, gain more muscle. I can, make a little bit more money to at least give it a try, but at the end of the day, you're going to choose who you want to be with or even a breakup. Sometimes breakups happen and people are like, this is the worst thing in the world to happen to me. But what if it's just a way to refocus you? Have you ever thought about that? Refocus you on the things that matter. Maybe that partner wasn't the one for you. As much as you try to make that person the one for you, the more you realize, hold on, why am I getting sucked into this hole of depression? And honestly, they are just running off somewhere else. So when you realize that, it's like, damn, this person, when you're so invested, you let that other person control your life. It's back to the same point that we talked about. You're reacting emotionally to the emotions they're putting out. And no one, I don't care who's watching this, no one is that stable. No one's that stable. Everyone has emotions. The difference is, do you let the emotions control what you do next? That's the change. And that's why everyone lives in their own reality. You know, every path, every step that you took brought you here. The question is, what step are you going to take next? Oh, this is my favorite one. Favorite one. So, like I said, I guess speak on a relationship podcast. This is just me going solo, giving some little bonus snippets here and there. Um, but on the podcast, I talk about two 100s coming together, two 100s coming together, and letting them be free. The amount of times I'm telling you, of fights I get into, I'm not even trying to fight, but the fights I get into at the bar and stuff, um, of guys, trying to fight me over their girl or something. And I'm honestly just not paying them any mind. I'm just here dancing and stuff. And the girls come up to me and the guys are like, "Oh, why are you talking to my girl?" I'm like, "Whoa, I'm not even trying to do anything." Some people even try to swing. It gets that intense. But it's understanding that we live in a world of free choice, right? The person that you're with, the person that you may be talking to, is choosing you out of their own free choice. They don't have to. They can wake up tomorrow, make a new decision, want to be with a guy like me, okay? But it's free choice. And it's vice versa. I can have a girl, maybe she wants to be with you. I don't know, but that's life. You got to understand that there is nothing stopping that person. You can say, "Oh, we're in a relationship." I could still walk out on you in the relationship. I can go still cheat on you. I can do whatever it is. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. There's nothing stopping anyone from doing that. And once you see that, you start to think, oh, wait, you got a point. Just because I put a relationship on there doesn't mean that the other person still can't see other people. That's why you got to have that free choice. I think attachment leads to suffering. Attachment leads to suffering. Being attached to things is what creates those emotional reactions that we just talked about. When you get all emotional about things, it clouds your judgment. Now you're acting in ways that you normally wouldn't act because your attachment. You're attached to it. You're attached to the idea that you deserve a partner loyal to you, and that may very well be the case, but you can still choose incorrectly. Think about that. Do you think that people feel that they deserve things? Do you feel like people deserve things and that they should get them? Or do you feel like people believe they deserve things, but should be okay with the feeling of maybe it doesn't come my way. Maybe that relationship doesn't go my way. Maybe that promotion doesn't go my way. Maybe that business doesn't go my way. Because that's life. Everyone's obsessed with the idea of, oh, I need to be happy all the time. So you're chasing happiness. You're chasing that golden standard. You're chasing the shiny object. I think they call it the shiny object syndrome. Anyone that studies psychology, just tell me if I'm wrong with that. But the shiny object syndrome. What's the shiny thing? What is everybody else doing? What is everybody else doing? And then you want to follow suit. Who was the one that told you that this is how the perfect relationship is? What if we woke up tomorrow and said crooked teeth are in, or cheating is normal? If you're not cheating on your partner, then you're doing it wrong. Who told you that? Like what if that was our new world tomorrow? You gonna go change because everyone else is doing that? Because a lot of people will. Things can be whatever you want them to be. It's all it's all a figment of your imagination. And I'm not going into like the whole like manifesting sphere or anything like that. But I just want you to see you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. Just like everyone has their own way of making money, just like everyone has their own way of running the relationship or running the roster, running whatever they want. There's nothing stopping you. There's another Spencer Johnson book, Who Moved My Cheese. If you haven't read it, you need to go read it. I'm not even sponsored by them, but the world is always changing. It's always changing. What's normal today might not be normal 10 years from now, but you got to adapt with the times. And at these times, everybody's breaking up. Everybody's breaking up. The best thing that you can do to stand out is let that person be free. Don't be attached to it. Let them be free and watch how they come flood back to you. Watch. I guarantee it. But you gotta get over those fears. Everybody fears. Oh, you're gonna let them walk out and do this on you, or you're gonna let him walk out and let him go to the bar with his boys, or you gonna let her go have fun with their friends. You chose that partner. Hello, hello. The cage. You put me in a cage right now. I want to test. I can break out of those bars. Now you make that cage look like a resort. You always got me coming back to you, baby. You always do. You always do. Uh, but you know, but then how do you embody that? Because that's the question. This is all theory and stuff, and people can say what they want about detachment or non-reactivity, or they're going to say, "Oh, Mabrisa, you don't care." Oh, I care. I do care, but I'm not going to let it control me. If you cared, you would do this. Nah, bro. Nah. I live my own life. You live your own life, and I'm a supporter of your life. I'm not the main character. You are, and I'm the main character of my own life. So people are going to draw those narratives. Of course, you're always going to have haters. You didn't want any haters. You shouldn't have walked out on the sidewalk today. You should have kept yourself, handcuffed yourself to a cage and and I'm not trying to curse, the freaking basement. In the freaking basement, okay? You shouldn't have stepped out. You shouldn't even be on social media watching this right now. You should go delete all that, go back in there and hope and pray that everybody forgets about you tomorrow. Everybody forgets about you tomorrow. So think about that. But how do you embody that? Okay? Like I said, it's narratives. People have their narratives about you. You also have narratives about yourself. If I just told you who gave you those beliefs, don't you think that you can go and change those beliefs within yourself? I was speaking to a friend the other day, and I was talking about, he was asking me pretty much the whole basis of this video. And I was telling him, like I was driving, I was like, okay, let me see if I can give an analogy for this. And I was thinking about this, and I was like, well, most of the people watching this drive their cars, and they get in their car and they don't really question if they're doing the right thing. They just naturally do it. Okay. I will say most people. I know some people watching this might be bad drivers. Okay. But stick with me with this. You don't think about it. You drive, you know when you need to change lanes, you know when you need to go a little faster, you know when to stop at the red light. Okay, I hope you do. I hope you do. But when you realize that you're naturally doing it, you're not thinking so much. There's no question on if you're a good driver because you're on the road. You're a bad driver, you probably wouldn't be on the road. You'd probably take Ubers everywhere. Um, but you don't have to question it. You don't question it. But say one day another car just like rams into you when switching lanes, and you know that this accident, it's not your fault. It's the other person's fault. Does that take away that you're a good driver? No, it doesn't. It doesn't take that away. So hearing someone else tell you no, or getting denied, or passed over for that promotion, or whatever it is, because I like to speak about all spheres. I don't like to just talk about relationship, even though everything's relationships. Okay. Does that change the person that you are? If you're secure in yourself and you know that you're the experience? Absolutely not. Absolutely the fuck not. Okay. Because you know within yourself what you bring to the table. You don't need someone else to validate that for you. Do you need me to go and tell you that you're a good driver every single day, every time before you're gonna hop in the car? No, you don't need that. It's just natural. Now think about your experiences like that. Think about the embodiment of that. Think about how powerful that shift is. Like we said, it's all belief systems. What beliefs do you have in yourself? That's why I created the AI Wingman. It's to help you realize that narrative. I'm trying to keep you away from those negative self thoughts, and I'm trying to help you attract the most beautiful partners that align with who you are. We don't have to force anything, we let things come. Obviously, you might say, "Oh, Mauricio, then you're kind of like ruining the experience because you're kind of telling me to be lazy." That is not what I'm telling you, though. It's absolutely not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, keep doing, keep building, keep being that beautiful person that you are, and keep growing, growing, and growing. But there's bumps along the way. The roller coaster does not go in a straight line. The roller coaster is like this. Okay. Oh, we're going up. Oh, I see the fall. We're gonna go down. You let it go. You let it go. But you're on this, doing this, but you're going up. Okay. Don't let the past define you. Don't let what people say define you. There's so many people that are watching this. They could say I'm the villain of their life. And I'm okay with that. Let them think that I'm the villain. In their heart, that's what they believe to be true. And I say this to you to make the point. People are always going to have their judgments of you. People are always going to have their narratives about you. But what's the narrative you hold about yourself? Okay. Do I really need a girl to text me 24/7 to know that I'm a valuable man? I can provide an experience unlike no other? No, I don't need that. So that's one way I would say that's a shift. Another thing is to, it's just, I mean, it all times stems down to that security in yourself. If you're secure in yourself, you don't really need other people's validation. Like, what if you're a brunette watching this and I say, I hate your blue hair? You let it pass by because you're like, uh, blue hair? I have brown hair. It doesn't affect you, right? Think about it that way. All right. And life is filled with those, That's like life is filled with what we call peaks and valleys. And peaks and valleys speak about how sometimes you're crushing it. Sometimes you're getting beat down. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. But you just gotta enjoy the ride. We talked about the roller coaster. You have your peaks. It's like, oh, how man, I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm 24, but I remember in school they talked about what was it called? The climax? I'm forgetting this. Oh my, this is good. This is gonna haunt me now. I'm forgetting it. But you have the parts where life is perfect, and then you have the parts where it feels like everything's going wrong. But I want you to think about it like this. And Spencer Johnson does a way better job of doing this for you than I possibly could. But I'm gonna try to give a modernized version of that. But essentially, what the idea is that the valleys where everything's going wrong, but you keep pushing forward, are going to define your next peak. And what you do in the peak when everything's going well determines what your next valley is going to be. It's just a cycle. But then you learn to enjoy the waves. You learn to take a step back and realize, damn, My whole life has been this way. And you're still here. Think about that. Think about it. Me, this video that I'm recording for you, I could choke on the beer. I could, you know, the cigar can cause some unhealthy things for me. This could be my last video. This could be my last moment. But I'm grateful for it. No matter the ups and downs, life is beautiful. Instead of saying, I wish to be happy, I like to say, I wish I could feel all ranges of emotions, the ups, the downs, because how do you know happiness if you don't know what the other emotions bring to you as well? Like, think about that. Think about it. That's why you let people be who they are. You don't have to control what other people do, but you can control what you do. You can control the ways that you make money. You can control how you wake up, when you wake up. Do you go to the gym or not? Do you do this? Do you stop for coffee? Those are all your decisions. You can't control someone else when they wake up, who they brush their teeth, when they have to use the bathroom. So why are you trying to control them in dating? Does that make any sense to you? I hope it does. Do you think relationships are better when you let the other person be free? Or do you think that they're better when you try to cling on to every single thing that they do? They want to text somebody else, let them text somebody else. Okay. I get that there's boundaries and stuff too, but relationships can be whatever you want it to be. If it's not working, maybe it's not the right partner. Maybe you need to change the way that you run that relationship and realize, damn, that style was just all beliefs that were passed down to me. That's not even me. Do you get that? So, to kind of summarize everything, I just want you to see, I want you to take a step back and honestly look at your life and look at it from a perspective, like a third party perspective, as almost as if your life is being filmed and see, is that what I would want that character to be doing? Is that what I want Fabrice to be doing right now? Or do I think I could be doing something different? Would I want that character to go through those things with that toxic partner? Because, like we said, or like what the point I'm trying to emphasize to you is sometimes the things that you are holding on to is what's holding you back. It's what's holding you back. And when you let go and when you really look at the bigger picture, you realize, okay, maybe that's not what I wanted Maurice to go through, but I'm happy it happened. I'm happy that he got through that point of his life. I'm happy that he is still here, that he's able to build content around that idea of letting go, around the idea of non reactivity, around the idea of detachment. And when you come to terms with that, you realize, oh gosh, life really is simple. Life is not something that I gotta force. Life is something that I just let flow. And thank you again for tuning in to video two. I'm sure there's gonna be more content when I'm, in that rambling mode again. Um, but like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share. If you think that detachment is something that's good, that could be used for good, even if you don't think it's good, but that could be used for good, or you think that it's something evil. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.